You know, I think I have a problem lately with buying way too many books. I think since becoming a booktuber, I feel like obligated to buy books, and now I'm buying more than I probably have in like years, so cool.
It's Brittney, bitch.
Hi fam, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about some books that I picked up. So the first book that I picked up was Crazy Rich Asians. This is actually in really good condition, and that's one of the reasons I picked this up. I've actually already seen the movie. The movie was fucking amazing, but I really want to actually read I think it's like a sequel or a trilogy. I'm pretty sure there's a few books in this series, but I just love this cover too, and hopefully the next time I'm here I can find the other books in this series. If you don't know what Crazy Rich Asians is about, it's basically about a New Yorker, Rachel. She's dating her boyfriend, and then she gets invited to go to like a wedding, and I believe in Singapore, and then she finds out his entire family is fucking rich. And I just get the visuals from the movie and just like how good it was. So I'm hoping the book is also like a 5-star for me. Plus the cover is beautiful, and I've been reading a lot of like Asian themed literature, and I can't stop myself. It's something I really love, and I've been wanting to pick this up for a long time, so as soon as I saw this I literally almost screeched in Goodwill. The next book is The Woman in the Window. This is a mystery thriller, I believe, and I know it's been very popular, and it's on my TBR on Goodreads. And basically, I think it's a woman, her name is Anna, and she lives alone. She's kind of a recluse, and I guess she sees something next door through the window that she shouldn't have, which reminds me a lot of the movie Disturbia, if you know what I'm talking about. Great film. So I think that's kind of going to be what this is about. I have no other idea what it's about, really, and it doesn't really tell you too much else in the back anyway, so it says it's a diabolically gripping thriller, and no one and nothing is what it seems. So hopefully that's good. I've been trying to get back into thrillers a little bit because they are fast-paced for me, and I did always used to enjoy thrillers growing up, but I feel like some of them are so predictable for me that I just end up not enjoying them. Like the last time I gave a thriller 5 stars, I don't think it's actually ever happened. So the next book that I picked up from Goodwill was A Man Called Overov. This is by Frederick Brockman. This is by Frederick Bachman, and I read his Beartown last year, and I also have his Brittney was here, but I haven't read that because apparently she's a character. I believe she's from this story. She's in the story. So I kind of want to read this one first before I read that other book that I bought like months and months ago. And I just saw this and I thought I'd just pick it up because why not? They're like $2 right now. And apparently he's just a grumpy old man. People think he's bitter and he thinks himself surrounded by idiots. I really enjoy Frederick Bachman's reading. It's very calming, so this might be a really good calming book for me lately. I don't really want to know too much else. I think it's going to be pretty much character related is what I'm assuming, because all of his stuff is very character driven, and I like that because it's kind of a change of pace for me because I really enjoy plot-based books. So this will be something a little bit different, and this has won, I think, a shit ton of awards. Yeah, so why not? The next book I picked up, I had to. So I picked this up. Here's the true story, and it makes me really sad, but when I moved, all my Harry Potter books were stolen out of my storage. And I know that sounds fucking crazy, but it really did happen. So I move almost like every single year, and in the meantime, I've lived in a lot of places where I had to have storage because I lived in one room in a house or an apartment with other people. So I had to keep like all my stuff in storage, like the majority of it, and over half of it was stolen. And not just books, like other things, like very important things like steamers and some very expensive wooden kitchen bowls. You know, just a lot of stuff was stolen out of there. And I saw this and it was actually in pretty good condition. And I just wanted at least the first one because I'm going to keep trying to come back and try to eventually get all 7 of them again. Because I have the 6th one. Maybe I have the 7th. No, I have the 7th. I have the 7th in a big hardback, and I've had that because that book was placed separately than my other Harry Potter series because they were the OG. They were like this. They were like the original, you know, publishing, and that's what I'm looking for because it's just the nostalgia for me. There was the 2 and 3 there as well, but they were really yellowed and not in good condition. And all my books are usually in really good condition, so I decided not to get that one. It's okay, this was obviously a little bit weathered, you know, mine were too, because as soon as you start reading them, they just start rubbing off, but I just really want to try getting these again, because I want to reread them, even though J.K. Rowling is a transphobe, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm really excited to revisit this, but I kind of want to get some more books and do me like a Harry Potter reading marathon. So I'm gonna keep coming back to Google maybe like once a week, just keep trying to find the originals, because sometimes it's more nostalgic to find them a little bit weathered than brand new for me too, because you know, I use these a lot. I reread them a lot as a kid, so that's why I had to get this. The next book I picked up was a complete guilty pleasure, and it's Death Note. I've never read the book, so if you don't know what Death Note is about, basically it's about like these shinigamis, and shinigamis like, they're kind of like demons that come to Earth, but basically they have like death notes, and if they write someone's name in the notebook, they die. And this kid basically finds this note, and he can write people's names in it. So what he does is he start writing like the name of criminals and stuff in there and killing them off, which is really interesting. And what's cool about these, right, is they're obviously read right to left instead of left to right. So I've never actually read one. I think these are called a manga. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong. It could be a graphic novel, but I'm pretty sure this is technically called a manga, and you read it right to left, and it's so weird to me. But I'm really excited to try this, and it's the first one. So again, it's a pretty good condition, so I picked it up, and I already watched most of the series until they freaking like canceled it off Netflix at the time that I was watching it. Like I literally went back to watch an episode and it was gone. So that sucks. So I'm gonna try reading it. The next book I picked up is a World War II novel, I believe, about the Atomic City Girls, and it's set in November 1944, and I believe it's just about these women working in, what are they called? I guess atomic cities? Oh, working on the Manhattan Project. Yeah, so I'm really excited to read this. I've kind of wanted to pick this up for a long time, and I've seen it on audiobook, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like these intense stories based off of like real things, I sometimes can do better in writing, and sometimes they're better on audiobook. Since this wasn't just strictly nonfiction, it's actually like a story, I wanted to pick it up, and I saw it, and again, really great condition, so I'm just gonna try this and see how it goes. So the next book I may never actually read. This is a true story. So this is Beautiful Redemption, which I believe is like the last book in the Castor Chronicles series, is what I believe this is called. And I'm planning on rereading the entire series, because I think I only ever got to the first or second book. And if I like this series, I wanted to buy this book so I can continue on with it. And also, if I end up donating all of them, I'll have all of them together, because I kind of hate whenever people donate like one book in the series and then you don't get the rest of the series. So I kind of thought about picking this up because, again, it's in really good condition, and it kind of makes more sense for me to just pick this up as a whole, and then I could at least I could still what's it called? I could still donate a whole like series, and I would feel better about it, like, personally. All right, now on to the library books that I got. So this is How to Lose a Time War, and I believe it's actually written by two authors. Top and the bottom. In the ashes of a dying world, Red finds a letter marked "Burn before reading," signed Blue. So it begins an unlikely correspondence between two rival agents in a war that stretches through the vast reaches of time and space. And now, this is technically a science fiction novel, but also it is a female-female romance. So I'm really excited to get to this, and I hope that there's definitely a good romantic aspect of it. I don't know, it's like just looking through it, just scanning through it, looks super interesting. And since I feel like I have so many like short books right now, I wonder if I could just do like read like 8 in a day, or do something crazy like Kevin from The Irish Reader, because he read 7 books the other day in a day. I don't know, he's freaking nuts. I could read 7 books in a week maybe. But anyway, I've actually been looking forward to this, and this is one of my LGBTQIA plus books that I put on hold and actually showed up for June. So I'll definitely be reading this in June. I'm stoked. The next book is one I just kind of found on Goodreads one day, and I decided to try it out. So it is a young adult novel named One of Us is Lying, and this is basically like The Breakfast Club, but someone dies. So apparently like 5 kids go into a detention room and only 4 come out. And I'm really curious to see how this is going to go, and hopefully it's a little like Pretty Little Liars-ish. I believe it was compared to that, actually. I don't know, it sounds interesting. Why not? It's an addictive, devour-in-one-sitting thriller with so many twists and turns, you'll be wondering until the very end who really killed Simon. So yeah, I'm excited to check that out. And this is actually going to be in my young adult reading vlog, because I've had so many young adult novels come in lately, and I've just been kind of in the mood to read young adult, so it's gonna be in there. The last book that I have today is one of the books on my 20 books to read in 2020, and it's the Starless Sea. I've been waiting for this for a really long time, probably at least 6 months. I put this on hold last November and it's now June. Yeah, so that's quite a long time. I'm actually really excited to read this. It's kind of a chunky one. I've been kind of reading a lot of smaller books, so it's been kind of helping me to read a little bit faster, because sometimes with bigger books I can definitely obviously take a little bit longer and get slightly more discouraged. But I also kind of miss reading longer books, because I feel like sometimes longer books can just be better because there's more stuff to like contend with. Far beneath the surface of the earth, upon the shores of the Starless Sea, there is a labyrinth collection of tunnels and rooms filled with stories. The entryways that lead to the sanctuary are often hidden, sometimes on forest floors, sometimes in private homes, sometimes in plain sight. But those who seek will find. Their doors have been waiting for them. Zachary Ezra Rollins is searching for his door, though he does not know it. He follows a silent siren song and inexplicable certainty that he's meant for another place. When he discovers the mysterious book in the stacks of his campus library, he begins to read and is entranced by tales of love-lorn prisoners, lost cities, and nameless acolytes. Suddenly, a turn of the page brings Zachary to a story from his own childhood, and possibly written in this book that is older than he is. So basically, this dude reads a book that's about him and his life. So that's all I really want to know. Everyone says this is like beautiful and flowery, and it's kind of has mixed reviews, so I don't really want to know anything else but that. I'm just going to go into this raw and we're just going to try it out. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. This is my little mini book haul. I'll hopefully be getting to all these books in the next month or two. No promises, especially on the books that I actually bought, but the library books I'll definitely be reading within the next month, because those inspire me to read more, because I obviously want to return them and get my other books. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time, the next time I get a beautiful book haul. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!